Welcome to an exceptionally important video regarding everything the mojo of the Bonham beat, etc. via the Bonham engine. Remember, I, Terry Keating, invented the Bonham engine. Well, I guess that's a little bit like saying I invented the internet. But I corralled the concept into a small little globule and named it the Bonham engine. That's what I did. See? Now watch. This is what I'm about to do. What's just about to happen is something that is invaluable for all John Bonhamophiles and drummers. Now check this out. Remember when I talk about the John Bonham engine? The Bonham engine is playing all four limbs, playing single strokes simultaneously. So what happens is my right arm and my left arm are hitting the snare or whatever object, and my right leg and my left leg are hitting the bass drum and the hi-hat respectively, or if I had two bass drums here, or two hi-hats, whatever. My right leg and my left leg are alternating. My right arm and my left arm are alternating. But importantly, there's a cross thing going on. The right arm is hitting at the same time as the left foot. Same time. And my left arm is hitting at the same time as my right foot. Okay? That's important. And again, this theory goes back to sometimes some right-handed and left-handed people having the ability to play blah, blah, blah. But here's the deal. In Bonhamville, and it's directly related to the left-hand lead in Bonhamville. Or you could say that the foot might lead. However you want to count it, but watch the Bonham engine at work. My right arm and left foot, my right arm and right leg are alternating. Just as my right arm and my left arm are alternating. So that means that my right upper is hitting at the same time as my left lower. You get the idea, but watch. Slide into it. See on my right arm and my left arm, like say my arm. It's like a triplet thing over the top. It's like 20 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 20 and a 4 and see that? Then treat like a dotted, or just think of a triplet. 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. That's very important in everything Bonhamville, okay? But now watch this, for Moby Dick in particular. What? Observe. This is important, in John Bonham Moby Dickville, at least in 1973, 1975, 1977. Well, it's actually in all villes, but specifically those villes. But this aside. That is important because in Moby Dick land, Bonham is going, watch, observe. You know, and the cool thing is we can slow this down too, but I'll try to play it as slow as possible here too. That left arm and right foot on those last two snare notes before the downbeat are simultaneous. So when I go, the very first one of those when I'm is right arm and right foot at the same time. But then the two into the right-handed downbeat, that bass drum is hitting simultaneously with the left arm. Now that is directly related to the Bonham engine because that's what happens. If you have any issues with certain things in Moby Dick, or it might be because I think there's a lot of right-handed people that have a hard time detaching the whole right side from the left. So it might be easier for them, in other words, to be like same time right and up and down and left. You know what I mean? Like that marching thing. Right, left, right. When this is a mesh sort of cross multiplying thing. But back to where we are in the. So watch. Boom, boom, ba, 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 da, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, See that? Now, that's important. Now, that might be easy for a lot of people. If you can kind of do this, I mean, that's easy. But then what happens, and there's two things, and there's something very specific for me that I have had to work on a lot. And I'll get to that in a minute. But is what you're then doing is you're throwing a couple doubles in. See that? So that second one with the right leg and the left foot, you're doubling the left. That takes some getting used to. So I'm going to get rid of the hi-hat. No, I'm doing it. I just don't want it to make too much noise, okay? So I got the you can sing it too. You can scat it. Remember those boom, boom. Those two in there right before the downbeat again are hitting at the same time as the left arm and right foot simultaneously. So that's important to remember. So in the end, it'll sound like this. Now bear with me here for a minute. What I'm doing there is just doubling the left hand right before the, so that. But additionally in Moby Dick, what Bonham then does is he'll put a double before those two. So it's see that? Right, left, left. You speed that up with the hat. And what I'm doing in there is I'm throwing in something a little extra that Bonham used to do. And sometimes instead of going, he'd have like a triplet thing going on instead of the 16ths. So instead of, he'd have, it'd stick like this. Right, right, left, right, right, left, right. And again, what happens there is that left right before that left hits at the same time with the bass drum. Okay? And what Bonham then used to do, remember how before I just said in 16thville, he'd go, he'd sometimes almost meld the two. So it'd be like, instead of, it'd kind of be like, one and a two and a do you know what I mean? Watch the Bonham Moby Dick 50% speed on YouTube here, and you hear that real almost painfully. There's some points there when Bonham's actually playing, it actually sounds sloppy, but when you speed it to normal speed, it's so perfectly tasty Bonham. Wires in. And when I end up playing Moby Dick with the Cashmere guys, I'm doing a lot more of that. Like, real Bonham isn't doing. Bonham's doing the straight up. Trying to slow it down. Now, you'll notice the last 10 seconds of what I just played there will sound like the 50% slowed down. It actually sounds kind of remarkably like it. Because that's really what Bonham's doing. I'm going to tell you something. There's a problem that I have when I do Moby Dick live. Well, a couple of them. But namely with this groove and stuff, one, I have it just built into me. When I'm playing live with the Cashmere guys or anybody, it doesn't, where I'm sitting, usually an outdoor gig and stuff, it doesn't really sound real full. I know drummers sometimes, like I used to do, like sometimes if you feel like it doesn't sound good or something, I know sometimes, like, I would sometimes rush the song or hit more cymbals because I feel like somehow it's not cutting it, like I need to beef it up or something. So I'll throw all that extra stuff in. Like kind of like half-assed. A lot more, kind of more like scratch rolly kind of stuff, when in fact it's But I have a couple issues. One, that part of it's based sort of on the, you know, like the, I like that 6. I don't normally stick it like that to sound like that. what I do is I do it inverted. I'll go right, left, left, right, right, left, right. I don't do it much anymore, but I used to be able to do it better. And I have a hard time doing, instead of doing the inverted, doing the straight up to get that effect. So I'm still working on that. That still doesn't feel, to me it's like a grouping of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up. You know what I mean? I see it like this, like marching. Even though that it should be in equal spacing. Not. It should be. You know what I mean? So I'm having a hard time personally reconciling that. I want to go. My double's following my right hand. Instead of, I just can't, like it just doesn't sound right to me. And that definitely will mess up my Moby, because it's, even though it's a slightly different meter, start throwing in that like 69, 70. Instead of the straight up. Great exercise, just this. It sounds real choppy, sort of like, except that mechanically, that'll get all your limbs in place. Important. So I now sometimes will just try to get this, like, but trying to stick it like a regular paradiddle diddle, right, right. I have a hard time with it. It's just something like it doesn't. It's like it shouldn't sound right or something. That's where I'm going. But anyway, so this is very important. George and I barely got out alive getting this information from the John Bonham supercomputer at Jimmy Page's foreskin house. So more videos on the way. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.